This is a Jayleshark and Friends
and Russell
podcast. On today's show, we've got our first real guest, the amazing Anna Rose. Anna works for Phuket Has Been Good to Us, which is a charity based here in Phuket, and she agreed to be our first guest. Oh, bless her. She even stayed for the whole 45 minutes. Not bad us. High five, Anna. Anyway, make sure you stay tuned and listen. If you want to check out Phuket Has Been Good to Us, then just go to Phuket Has Been Good to Us. It's .org, not .com though, .org. And then if you want to follow them on Facebook, just search Phuket Has Been Good to Us. And of course, like us and follow us on Facebook at Jayleshark and Friends Podcast. No Russell in that bit. Right, you want to listen to Anna? Let's get on with the show.
and Russell and Russell.
Right, hello.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're
very
welcome.
welcome.
Thanks for being our first inaugural guest.
Russell, you're going to introduce the guest. I'll leave that over to you.
Why?
Because I'm busy turning my phone off.
I have no idea who you are or why you're here, but it's great to have you. So thanks for coming.
But that's exactly the point. This is Anna. Anna, Russell, Anna.
Hi, Anna. Well, we sort of met.
Yeah, project artisan.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
You're the dog trainer.
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Something.
worse. Yeah. But yes, that's me.
So that's it. The introductions are done now. So now we go straight into it.
So yeah. So now
So-
we can.
Do they know who I am though?
Who?
The audience.
We have an audience. When did that happen?
What?
Do you know who she is?
They don't know who you are. Bear in mind, I think the last people that did listen to our podcast were Russell and I. So
Twice.
yeah, 3 times. I listened to it 3 times.
Wow,
There you go. Yeah, I know who you are.
Okay.
This is Anna Rose.
Thank you.
She, sorry, Anna's from Texas. Oh, this is a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Discuss.
Discuss. Okay.
Go.
Okay, what do you know about Texas?
I spent 2 years in Austin.
Oh, okay. Austin is the
What, Steve
place
Austin?
to be.
Yeah.
You spent 2 years inside Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Mm.
All got across to there. But, well, just that, Hutto, Rock area.
Yeah, my brother-in-law is a police officer in Hutto.
Oh, cool. Right.
Yeah.
So I was the
Really small town.
Yeah, it's a very small town. Rowena. So
yeah.
But it's a dog training academy in Hutto, and it's the largest boarding facility in the US.
Oh.
Yeah, quite. Who knew?
Yeah.
So yeah, I spent a year there. Came back here and went back for another year to work there.
It's not about you, Russell. It's about Anna. Ask Anna more about Texas.
So
and
whereabouts
stuff.
in Texas are you from?
I grew up in Dallas, and then I went to school in San Marcos.
Do you have a cowboy hat?
No.
Do you have cowboy boots?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I have a gun.
Really?
So that trumps the cowboy hat.
You've got a gun.
With you now?
No, not
Just
packing.
not packing heat today. All right.
You don't have to shout so loud. You're peeking.
I was just excited.
I'm excited when a girl has a gun. What sort of gun do you have?
To be honest, I don't know anything about what it's called. I bought it for protection, never used it, put it in a safe. Literally, I've never even shot it.
How big's a safe?
Well, it's my brother-in-law's safe, who's the police officer.
Okay, is it an Uzi?
No.
What's the
It's
other
a
one?
handgun, single shot.
I think it's a Glock. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
I don't even know.
That's the proper.
No,
big-
maybe it's not one of those. No,
No?
it's a handgun. It's like a simple
Semi-automatic.
little, yeah.
Point
Easy
and
to
shoot,
use, but I've never
literally.
used it.
Yeah, fair enough. Not even at a range or anything?
No.
You've never been out to the range?
But you've got. So you've
So-
never shot a gun, but you've
Well,
got
I have
a gun.
shot a gun. So I
At
grew
someone,
up
or-
going to my family's ranch, and my dad taught me how to shoot a pistol and
What did you shoot?
just like tin cans.
Ah.
Yeah.
You hit me?
I think so.
Have you killed a deer?
No, my family's not really into the hunting thing.
Cool.
We like life.
I do think
Pro-life.
that's a different rabbit hole, that one. Let's not go there.
So we've done. Oh, that's a nice coffee.
Mm.
What's that?
That's a cat. I'm
Is
a
it?
cat person.
Oh wow! Is
How
it a
did he
cat?
know?
Looks like bottom cheeks from my angle. Yeah,
Oh, look at
Did I
that.
send you the Buffalo Bills? Was it Buffalo Bills? I'll look it up in a second. That was great. You'll like it.
This is not about. This is about Anna.
Which is why I said I'll come back to that. Anyway, back to shooting guns that you've never shot before.
Yes.
Do you not think? Random question.
Yeah.
I understand that having a gun for protection thing makes perfect sense. Would it not make a bit more sense to shoot it a bit more often? Obviously at a range.
No, I agree.
So you know what you're doing with it
Yes.
when the pressure moment comes that I actually need to use this thing.
I agree completely. So I was telling Jay last week that I woke up one morning and there was a man at the foot of my bed.
Oh, this is the whole point of this conversation. This is why I've really got Anna in.
Right.
This was the story. This is like that light bulb moment. Carry on.
So obviously this was a horrifying moment and I screamed and ran, called the police. They found out it was my neighbor who actually had been watching me sleep for months and arrested him, but he made bail.
I'm not trying to make light of your situation.
He didn't snuggle up next to me. He was just watching me.
Definitely wasn't you.
Yeah.
Russell has hug time.
He has what?
Hug time.
What is this?
You haven't got your special. Oh, you have.
Yeah.
He has a special
If you're
watch.
both very lucky, you would experience it at any moment. Carry on.
Yeah, I know.
Jay does this a lot.
No.
That's okay.
Just talk over him and you'll be fine.
If Russell is inactive for a certain amount of time, his
About an
watch
hour.
beeps, and then that to him and his girlfriend means hug time.
Have you seen the film Trolls?
No.
Oh, you're missing out as well. See, I'm educating the pair of you with
Do you
this.
hug other people other than your girlfriend?
If
He hugged me last week in front of 2 of his clients, and they thought we were gay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
each to their own.
Anyway, back to you and into your bed.
Yeah. Oh, so you asked if I was living with my parents.
Yeah, were you on your own at the time or?
I was living with a roommate, but he wasn't there at the moment.
Okay.
I did have my ex-boyfriend in the room with me, and he chased the guy, but it didn't stop him from watching. I mean, we were just sleeping. We weren't doing anything.
I wasn't going to go there, to be fair.
You were just giving me these blank looks. I was like,
No, so
I just didn't know where to go with it, really.
quite with it without sort of diving into the details. So you woke up first and just saw him.
I woke up because my cat was scratching at the window to come inside. So my cat is the hero of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Russell
nudged.
doesn't like cats, although he is.
No,
Well,
I
you
do-
should because
do
they're
like-
heroes.
He's wearing a cat T-shirt today.
I do
which
like. I
noticed.
do like cats. I'm just allergic to cats. Bit of a difference.
That's,
Are you really
everyone
allergic?
says that. No one is really allergic to cats.
I agree with you. I'm on Anna's side.
Have you got a cat?
Yes.
Right. I'm going to come around to yours and I'm going to hug your cat.
Okay.
And
During
then-
hug time.
During hug time.
Okay.
And then you're going to be the one responsible for getting me some antihistamine. Is that a deal?
Yeah, let's do
Awesome.
it.
You're really allergic to cats.
I'm really allergic to cats.
What happens to you?
Yeah. Do you die?
Eyes swell up, start to drip, nose
So if we
clogs
got a
up,
cat and just rubbed it in your face would just swell up.
swell up. If I get
Yeah, you should definitely come
scratched-
over.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be fun. Yay, can't wait.
So let's-
Anywho, getting
let's get back to Anna. So
the
Anna-
cat has alerted you to the fact someone's in the room, or just woken you up
Yes,
anyway.
yeah.
So you've woken up and, oh shit, someone's at the end of my bed. Nudge, nudge.
I
Mr. Man.
screamed. Like, I didn't know what was happening at the moment, and it took a couple seconds to figure out, like,
Yeah.
is this my brain? Is this my boyfriend? What's happening? And
Is
then
it
I realized...
my other boyfriend or the boyfriend that was in the bed? Which
Yeah,
one was it?
exactly. And after a couple seconds, I realized that it was an intruder, and I didn't know if he was there to murder us. I didn't know if he was robbing us.
You didn't
And
ask?
I just thought, well, you know, I just thought I need to scream as loud as possible and alert as many people of the situation as possible. So I just screamed at the top of my lungs, which woke up my boyfriend. The guy started running. He chased him. Once he got out the front door, couldn't find him anywhere. But we noticed that my next door neighbor's door was a little bit open.
Ajar.
Ajar. I was going to
Ajar,
say
yeah.
that, and then I didn't know if I was going to use
Hey.
it correctly.
Yeah.
I got that.
Check you out.
Yeah.
So then we called the cops, and then we told them this door's open, so they checked it out. And they found my apartment key in the toilet bowl, trying to be flushed, but it was too heavy. He's
So they
actually been
arrested
arrested, 15 times for similar crimes. Since I've been in Asia, one of my friends who still lives in San Marcos sent me a news article. He got into a second floor bedroom of a girl. She had a taser. She tased him, and he was arrested. But he keeps making bail.
I don't get
So
it.
what, it was.
He's done this like 20 times,
So
20
in your,
different
okay, so in
women.
your situation, you got arrested, and then what was your involvement in that? Did it go to court? Was there a hearing
did
where
go
you
to
were involved
court.
in it, or?
And I submitted like a witness testimony.
Yeah.
But I wasn't physically present in the courtroom.
Okay.
But this has happened now 20 times.
Yeah.
And it's just...
So the judge comes down and says, I've got this testimony, but I'm granting you bail. But there must be
He must be really rich, I think. I think that's why he keeps making bail and he never has to go to jail. And I was telling Jay, like, I'm not anti-immigration at all, but he's not a U.S. citizen, and he's being allowed to stay in the country and continue doing this freaking weird thing. And
it is weird, isn't it, though, just watching someone?
It is, but it's an easy end. So just put a big sign up in the yard saying, hey, party at mine tonight, sort of facing his house. And then, but don't invite anyone, or maybe a couple of friends just for the shits and giggles of it. Have your Glock, or other names are available, and just be sat in your bed with the gun behind the pillow
I'm not sure
waiting.
that's the answer.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm not sure just shooting someone in the head is the answer to his problems.
I think in this particular instance it might be.
No, I think he just needs a good seeing to, old school seeing to. Take him outside and give him some...
I don't know, like, would that
licking.
really stop his behavior?
No, not at all. I think
No.
if it's ingrained in you, it's ingrained in you. I don't think it really matters.
And when is that ingrained in you? And what happens to you to
Good
make
question.
you into that?
Good, and that is interesting. What is it?
So
Is it inside you from when you're born?
No.
Well, no,
And then it
'cause-
just comes out because of alcohol or drugs or something? Or does it grow...
I think it's more of the environment.
it's nature versus nurture, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here, you're going to get your animal behaviour.
Well, no, but that's it. But no child is born being racist or being elitist or being
Right.
whatever. It's just a product of their environment.
But some
So
are
you're
more
blaming
susceptible
teachers.
to
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Yeah, oh yeah, someone's going to be a lot more susceptible to a certain variant.
But is that because of their parents and their upbringing, or is it just because of they are
The-
susceptible
It's
to it?
it's the whole collection. So you can have two kids, you can have identical twins that can be brought up completely differently and will turn out completely differently in their own right, depending on how they react to their friends or their peer group in a particular
isn't
school.
that how they're
or their
brought up?
Yeah. But it's also the parents are responsible to a degree because the parents are the ones taking care up to a certain level. But as the child gets older, now it's involving more people around it, so it's social influence.
But it should not be the teacher's responsibility as well, because that's where most of their influence is coming from the teachers. So my two kids that go to school, bless them, hello, they are influenced by what their teachers say. So when my daughter comes home and starts talking about religion, I'm like, where did you get that from? Because that hasn't come from me. I'm not sitting there discussing religion to my kids in any way, shape or form. So surely this little sponge is being filled with information from teachers that we can't control, and that teacher might have an issue with something or other.
Yeah.
Because you're with your parents. So, for example, you're only with your parents a certain amount of time. Most of your time you are at school, so you're with teachers. So I'm blaming teachers for everything. Teachers and polar bears. They're the two worst things on this bloody planet. And dolphins. I hate dolphins. And turtles. We don't like turtles either.
I would argue
What?
that the formative years of any child is spent with its parents and potentially other siblings.
No, why?
In the form, because you don't go to
I
school
don't
straight
understand.
out of the womb.
No, but I don't understand what formative means.
From 0 to whatever year you go to school.
18 months.
You don't go to school at 18 months.
You do. You go to preschool at 18 months.
All right, so
What?
Hands up if you've got kids here. It looks like I win.
to be fair,
It looks like I win this argument.
but yeah.
But
But no, my point is,
yeah, get to it.
the formative people involved is you as a parent, as a father.
Oh, so you're blaming me now for
I'm
this
not blaming
situation? I don't know who this dude was that looked at Anna when she was sleeping. So don't blame me for it. I didn't do it.
Well, no, I'm not blaming you. but I'm
Where
saying-
were you actually in
Actually, yeah,
2016?
that's where I was. Where were you?
When was that? 2 years ago?
March
3.
2016.
March 2016.
Yeah.
You were on your US holiday, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
was in Texas.
Yeah.
And I was watching WrestleMania. No.
On someone else's telly.
Let's bring it up. I think it was divorce year.
You've been divorced.
Yeah, I think that was divorce year. That was when the badness
Oh, well
started.
done.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks,
for bringing up
Anna.
happy time. Well done.
Right, yeah, someone watching you sleep. At least there was someone to watch you sleep. I was in a room by myself that I was paying for, that wasn't mine anymore, but I bought it and fucking hated it.
Right. So we'll come back to the whole nature versus nurture thing. But my other question for you is,
What do you do, Anna?
well, even before that, so obviously you were living in the States. Were you working at the time?
Yeah, I was working for Habitat for Humanity in
So
New Braunfels.
was this a trigger to say, fuck it, I'm getting out of Dallas and going traveling? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I just felt like I'd never felt that vulnerable in my life And I thought, I haven't lived abroad like I always wanted to, and now this is my chance. So I left a job that I really, really loved to go travel. Started off in Europe, and then ended up as a teacher in Vietnam. And now I'm here.
So teaching children. So it's your fault that they were misguided and terrible.
No, I was the opposite. I was a great teacher.
Is that not a face you can trust? Jury's out. She likes cats, after all. I mean,
I don't mind cats. I'm thinking of getting a cat. I want a grumpy cat, though.
I have a grumpy cat for you.
Is there any other kind?
Oh, no, it's not like that.
Is there any other kind of cat other than grumpy, miserable, and commanding?
You have not met many cats.
I've met a lot of cats.
No. You're an
Dogs-
animal behaviorist.
Dogs have owners, cats have staff.
He more trains people. For people. Yeah. But he tried to train me and my dog.
Well, you're workable.
Yeah, the dog isn't. No, the dog's awesome. Let's get back to Anna, because this is Anna's story.
I was trying to do that, and you keep fucking segueing.
Anna's story. So what brings you to Phuket?
Well, I wanted
Other
to
than
get...
the opportunity to be on this show, sorry.
Right, this is the whole reason.
Yeah.
I spent a year here just to be on this podcast. So I wanted to get back into nonprofit work and marketing and fundraising for charities.
Why?
I just feel so fulfilled in this role. And it was what I was doing for Habitat for Humanity in New Braunfels, and it just brings me this amount of happiness that, as much as I love teaching in Vietnam, it wasn't my passion. It didn't bring the fulfillment that this
But is
does.
your passion to help others, or to teach, or to not get paid?
To not get paid, I really love that. It really adds a certain suspense element to life.
Are you? Because I don't understand. We talked about this last week. I don't understand the internship, which I guess is the way to describe what you do ish, but it's not an internship because you're already smart. And
I do manage the entire marketing department.
Exactly. So it's not an internship. So you're doing all that for a barter agreement of whatever you get.
Combination.
Yeah.
What's the end game?
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, it's an incredible experience to have the amount of responsibility that I have at the age that I have, to be managing the entire marketing department and all of, I don't think I could have obtained this much responsibility in a corporate role because they want someone with more experience, but charities don't have that luxury. So I've gone beyond my years to get this amount of quality in my experience.
Some people feel that I'm beyond my years in my intelligence.
Who said that?
Yeah.
No one's ever said.
No, yeah. Is your background, so education-wise, marketing and so forth?
My degree was in international studies.
Okay. Fair enough.
What is that?
A lot of political science and history.
Oh, right, you two talk political. I'm done. I'll go and fiddle
It
with
was so interesting,
something.
actually.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Political stuff.
Not political stuff, like learning about the political history of countries and governments and regimes and why the world is the way that it is.
This is a good one. You like this question.
I know where this is going.
What's your favourite regime?
Probably
They were good, the Khmer Rouge.
probably King John.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm Genghis Khan all the way.
Why?
Actually, gang or
Because
what is it? Most of the population has like 8%.
Exactly. We are all
DNA.
brothers and sisters from Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Because he was the man, right? I tell
he
you.
did not fuck it. Well, technically he did.
He did a lot of loving. But that's where the hamburger was invented, through them. They had the biggest empire in the whole entire planet of this flat earth place that we call the world.
You're not a flat earther, are you?
You're a flat
I
earther.
am a flat earther.
Excellent.
How
Fantastic.
does the water stay on? Why does it
No, it actually goes off.
It does?
Yeah.
So
We're losing water at an exponential rate.
That's climate change because of the flat earth.
We just solved that.
Genuine question. Do you know any flat earthers?
No, I don't have
You really
the
want one.
Because
good fortune.
I'd love to meet one. Have a little chat with them.
Russell believes that there's an ice around the earth which keeps the water in, which I disprove because I said
ice?
Yeah, there was like an ice barrier around the
the
whole.
flat earthers.
Like a wall.
Yeah, that's what they believe.
Who built this wall?
Trump.
It's just ice. Yeah.
And then, and basically, but I disproved it because I said that penguins would then walk
Over their
around,
eyes.
And they would fall off.
No, the polar bears would eat them.
And he says the polar bears would eat them because there's no penguins in the North Pole, but there are in the South Pole.
And there's penguins in Brazil.
Yes.
Did you know
There is
this?
penguins, yes. And they've got a nice shaved list. That was a good joke.
That was terrible.
I thought it was a good joke.
That was just...
Leave it.
Anyway,
I've had a bad day.
So back to your non-profit charity work.
Yes,
Yeah.
back to you.
What were we talking about?
Endgame.
Yes.
Not the Avengers,
Right.
but Endgame.
I've
So
not seen
how
it.
long have you been here? Neither have I.
Since January.
Okay, so
When did you come in January?
January 24th.
Oh,
Missed out.
Missed out.
On?
a phenomenal event.
Which
We
was?
did a live show. We did this podcast as a live show to start with. Rather than doing the podcast first, then doing getting an audience, then doing a live show, we decided to do something completely different. We did a live show, and then took 6 months to start a podcast.
And you missed it. But we will forgive you on this
Are
particular
you going to do it
occasion.
again?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
when?
wait.
Yes. But we'll come back to
You
that.
keep pushing me to do it.
I'm trying to get... This,
No, it doesn't. We'll get to that in a minute. We did a magic trick. I was an illusionist.
you were.
I spun Russell's head around. It's very clever.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Is there a video of it? There must be something.
It must be somewhere. And I sang a song live on stage, which was fun.
Not to be missed.
And I didn't do that. I was going to do a hip hop dance. I went and had dance lessons as a hip hop dancer, but I realised that at my young age and my lack of
Hip
dance
and hop.
moves, my lack of knowing what hip and hop is, I wasn't very good at that.
So you didn't do it?
Not the
No,
dance.
I went out. The problem is I really enjoyed the singing lessons because I'll go for the whole thing was about me coming out of my comfort zone and trying new things. What are we talking about Anna? Are we? No, we can come back to Anna in a minute. It's okay. She's interested in me. At
I'm
last.
listening.
So anyway, I wanted to try. I wanted to come out of my comfort zone.
I've heard this so many times.
I went and had singing lessons. We were both dicks. Okay? You're lovely and you're beautiful. You're not beautiful, but you're a dick.
The best thing is,
Stop
the
it.
audience have no idea which one you were pointing to at that moment in time.
Very true. You're both beautiful people for different reasons, but you are the main dick, and I'm pointing at you, Russell. Anyway, I decided to come out of my comfort zone, try to test. It was going for that light bulb moment again. I wanted to test myself and do things that I'd never done before, and so I decided I'm scared. Not scared. I don't like hairdressers. I don't like masseurs. I don't like one-on-one situations. I find it really awkward. I don't like that being in an environment where I'm not in control.
Okay.
I'm very much happier being on a stage with 1,000 people in front of me than I am with one person in a one-on-one situation.
Oh, let's talk about maybe a little bit about that psychologically. Let's delve into that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is
You
great.
want to delve into Jay's psyche.
No, this is all about me anyway. It's Jayleshark
This is a
and friends.
completely
I mean,
different
what do you
podcast.
think that is? To be comfortable in front of so many people, whereas most people are terrified. They have horrible stage fright. They don't want to be in front of people. But you're the opposite.
Yeah, polar opposite, completely. I
What
hate
is
one-on-one
that?
situations. Not comfortable with myself. Socially inept is the word that we used the other day, wasn't it?
Challenged.
Socially challenged.
I also think, have you ever done karaoke?
Yes, that's
You
quite
like
big in
karaoke?
Vietnam. I'm not good at singing, but
that's
after a
not
couple
karaoke,
of
it's not-
drinks, yes, I do enjoy
Yeah,
it.
yeah, cool. So, but there's a difference in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, karaoke is you get a group of friends together in a room,
Yeah.
and we're singing, right?
Yeah.
But in the UK, the US, when you do karaoke, it's you're on stage in
Mm-hmm.
a pub or a restaurant, whatever it is, singing to the masses. I personally would prefer to be on stage in front of everyone
What?
rather than just singing in front of you guys.
Why?
I don't know, but it's a similar
Are
sort
you
of
good
thing.
at singing?
So, but the point is,
For those who are not watching, I'm shaking my head.
in the right way. But also in a one-on-one situation, so there's all the contact. It's all about this. In a crowd environment, it's all about the individual, as opposed to necessarily the engagement from the crowd. That would be my take.
I don't know. I honestly, from a psychological, I'm very comfortable being on my own. I'm very comfortable in my own time, although I'm very lonely. But I'm comfortable being lonely.
Okay.
Why do I find awkward? I don't like one-on-one. I get very nervous. I get very frightened. So meeting you last week was an effort. I find it really difficult.
Don't take that personally. I feel I should just jump
No,
in
I
there.
feel
and
honored that you did that effort.
And so I don't know. I can't. That's really weird. I'd like to psychoanalyze myself, and maybe I need to. A little bit.
Have you ever
another
been
podcast.
hypnotized?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How
And
was
it?
Did it work?
Yeah. No, because I was acceptable. What's the word?
If you meow like a cat now, it changes it.
Hello. I knew that it is not real, but so basically it is a psychological thing, and people that want to be hypnotised will be hypnotised. So they want to be hypnotised. They want to. So the one I did was the comedy hypnotist show that was at my university, and I knew that if I got hypnotised, then I'm going to be up on stage and I'm going to have that limelight. I then once again I stepped forward into that role of limelight, and I guess that's what I like, is being that centre of attention, that person that everyone's watching. I feel I get a buzz from that, and so with the hypnotising, I knew what I was doing the whole time. So there was one point where they said at a certain point, if I heard music, I think it was the Terminator music, I would come out like the Terminator with a whisk and pretend I was attacking people. I knew exactly that I had a whisk in my hand and I was just walking around. And I knew what was going on. I knew everything was going on.
You didn't feel like you were acting?
I felt that I was following a role. So yeah, I guess I was acting.
Yeah. But also you want to. You want to do it.
I wanted to do it because I wanted to feel that maybe the inhibitions weren't there, because I was using the hypnotist as an excuse for doing it, but then again, I didn't need an excuse to get up on stage and be an idiot.
Yeah.
Because that's what the reason I studied what I studied was so I could go and do entertainment in the evening rather than teaching during the daytime. It was more the evening entertainment what I wanted to do. That was where I got the buzz. So yeah, the one-on-one situation, I don't know, that's why I've really never succeeded in interviews, and I'm just rubbish at it.
And now you have a podcast.
Yeah,
I know.
Interviewing people.
The different thing is, if you've noticed, Russell's kind of led the whole interview.
Has he?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, you've asked the intelligent questions. All I've done is made jokes about stuff.
Oh yeah, you keep diverging.
Well, that's what I do.
Well, that's what he does. He's very good at that.
My brain doesn't. My problem is I have a 2-second memory. If that, I forget things, and then other things move into my brain, and my brain is it's a constant
You feel like it's constantly flipping channels.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't
That's
concentrate.
a very good analogy.
And it's funny if God, I feel I'm really being psychoanalysed. Both of you are staring at me. I'm intense. It's like, God, I don't know.
This worked out really well.
I forget things very quickly. If I don't do something straight away, I forget to do it.
Yes.
Procrastination?
Yeah, I
Thank
do
you.
a lot of that, and I've checked myself and I don't have it. That was a good. Come on, I'm lining these jokes up and they're brilliant. It was a joke on prostate check.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Most people do miss my jokes. Where was I? So yeah, I just.
Do you meditate?
No, because my brain doesn't switch off.
Well, apparently.
Medicate, yes.
I do meditate. That doesn't work either. Oh, what's that?
Oh,
Anna's just had a coffee delivered with love. Someone's flirting with you.
Apparently.
check you out.
Someone wants to kiss you. Someone wants to kiss.
They overheard the cowboy boots remark.
I think it was. Yeah. Go on.
I got boots too.
Oh, if you meditate, apparently it helps your mind be able to just get rid of all of those just voices and the clicking of the channels, and it helps you stay on track and have a better memory and better focus.
Russell just had his coffee delivered. He didn't get a love. What is that?
Oh, that's all right. You want sugar?
What?
No, I'm good.
Sweet enough.
So sorry, we just that's another change of batteries. I've got to sort this battery stuff out. Where were we? What were we talking about before?
I was trying to get you to meditate.
Oh yes, meditation. I don't know. I've done a couple of self-podcast listening things about breathing exercise and meditation. I just don't follow through with it. I just can't. My brain just doesn't switch off ever. It's do you know what I worry about? And I was listening to a podcast this morning, which was trying to. It's about an American football player who went through stuff and he changed his brain. He meditates and he goes with. I just don't switch off. I can't switch off. It doesn't
That sounds
happen.
exhausting.
It really is. I'm tired all the time.
You should try spending more time with him.
But I guess that's why I don't go out. So, although
2 questions. Who's your football team?
I don't have one. I guess I'm supposed to say the Cowboys.
You absolutely are supposed to say the Cowboys. Second question,
you didn't ask me that question.
because I know who they are.
Oh,
So, next question.
yes.
In terms of the whole sort of
Are
meditation...
we off me now?
No, we're very much on you.
Oh, good.
In terms of meditation and trying to get you to switch off.
Yes.
So part of or a method, if you like, it's not so much you've got to shut your brain down and not think of stuff. It's more about just allowing yourself to think about it, but it's more just allowing it to flow and not trying to control it. Not trying, I need to switch off, I need to stop thinking about it. Just allow your mind to do it, but not hold on to the thought.
Ah.
I worry about everything. I worry. I get concerned. So if I get an email from a client that says, I get upset straight away. Anything.
Why?
I don't know. Russell will tell you. I've walked around the dam. I've phoned him up, so I need to go for a dog walk. I'll be in tears, just crying, because I'm just so overwhelmed with everything that's going on. Because I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Maybe I do need to have help. I went to see a psycho once. My dad sent me to one. That's a bad sign, isn't it? When your dad sends you to a psycho.
Did you say, just to clarify, a psychiatrist or a psycho?
Oh yeah, I said psycho, didn't I?
Because there's, as I understand it, a marginal difference. Marginal.
I think it was a psychiatrist. Anyway, I didn't last very long because it was like one-on-one situation. I felt really, maybe that's where it all comes from.
To be fair, can you imagine how bad the psychiatrist feels now?
You know what? Maybe you need a personal assistant who can help you stay on track, and so when you get these emails from clients, you don't feel overwhelmed because you have someone who's going to help you manage it.
And they will need a psychiatrist.
The issue I have there, and this is where the other issue there, I am messed up. The other issue there is my trust issues. Oh. I have major trust issues, the same as the lad Cross from last week. He's got trust issues.
Yes.
It's a dog. It's a dog.
Ah, okay.
I don't trust anybody. I don't.
What about Russell?
Definitely not me.
It's interesting.
The last
trust you?
Well, the last time you
guess
trusted
I
me,
do.
you ended up getting strapped to me for 17 hours. I should
Oh
probably
yeah, we should
explain
go back
that.
to get off my psychoanalyse. Yeah, we'll get back to charity stuff.
Yeah.
So the last time I did trust, when Russ and I first really got together.
Would you like to set a Guinness World Record?
Yeah.
Stand up.
No.
Wait,
Just
what is
want
this?
to see how tall you are. It's
Why is
all
it
about-
a
it's all
world
about
record?
Height.
He just wanted a cuddle.
Well,
This is his way of
Oh, is
getting
it a hug
hug.
time?
Yeah.
It is now.
No,
But
so-
this would work.
So basically,
What?
let me tell you the story. So Russell phoned me up one day about 10 years ago,
gonna look this
7,
up.
8 years ago, and said, do you want to come and have a coffee? And we went to Starbucks. Other coffee shops are available.
Black Canyon Central, 3rd floor.
Oh, was it Black Canyon
Black
Central?
Canyon. I remember it vividly.
Wow.
Okay, and then
That moment.
basically said, do you want to do a world record? And I said, yeah, all right. Because I didn't.
December 2011.
Is that when it was? So Russ and I tried to break the world record for 3-legged walk in 24 hours.
Oh.
The record was 100 kilometres. Right?
Whoa.
24 hours, walking together, strapped together. I was probably the fittest I'd ever had because I was training proper at that time, doing lots of boot camp stuff. We tried, and we got to 70 kilometres,
70 kilometres.
15 hours.
And then what happened?
70 hours.
My feet fell apart.
My feet fell off. You won't notice it, but these are fake feet.
Oh, they look really real.
There they are.
Good, aren't they?
They're very good.
They're worn in.
The blisters on both my feet were. Well, my feet were blistered, one big blister. So the whole bottom of the foot was a big blister, and the blister was coming up through between my toes. It was rising up out of its own little thing. And
That's a nice image.
because of that, then that affected how I walked, then affected how he walked because we were strapped together. But then they decided to put, heard of second skin.
Well, I like it later.
Oh, did that come later?
Yeah, that was
okay.
the treatment afterwards. But basically,
Well, no, I still tried to walk with that second skin. So
Yeah.
we had this thing called second skin, which is a sheet of sticky plastic that you put over a blister, and it stops the rubbing. So it's called second skin, and it stays forever. It's like really, really strong. It's like super glue stuff. So they had some of that. They stuck it on my blister, but the second skin wasn't big enough to cut. It was probably, honestly, the second skin was about as big as my phone. And they stuck that on the bottom of my foot, but it wasn't big enough to cover the whole blister. So all it did was it kept doing that. So I just had my daughter at the time, and obviously it was going really well in my relationship. Went back to the house that day after failing the thing. So we were both really miserable, hadn't slept, upset we both failed the challenge. Went back to the house, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't physically walk. So my ex-wife went frigging ballistic at me, crazy at me, took me down to hospital. And the worst pain I've ever had in my life was when they tried to take off this, because they said they had to take off the second skin off the blister. So there was no way to do it apart from just rip it off. I was biting down on the pillow so hard there was
So
blood
you lost
coming
like
out.
all the skin on the bottom of your foot.
basically, yeah.
Hey, it's his fault.
That's my fault.
Yeah,
But we did
I would
that.
love to do the 3-legged race.
Excellent, brilliant, yeah.
But that is we did that for charity.
We did that for
so
charity.
That goes back to your
Oh.
charity stuff.
That's what it was for.
But did you raise money?
Yeah.
100 grand, I think it was.
Really?
So, well, I was,
Thai bot.
yeah.
Yeah, all right.
No, yeah.
All right, love. Sorry. Still still quite good money.
We weren't knocking doors in, oil-rich Dallas or anything. So, sorry.
With the little envelopes.
Yeah.
Give us a couple of quid.
But we raised, it was about 100.
It was about 100 grand
for what we did. And the idea was the next day we arranged a family fun day at Laguna. So our original idea was to walk the 24 hours and walk into the fun day, which we kiboshed that. We were going to drive there, but we went the next day. But we finished at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and that was.
It was the sun was just coming up.
It was
Wow.
Well, that was the thing. We stopped just before sunrise, and I always thought if we'd lasted a bit longer, we might have been all right. But yeah.
What charity was that for?
Was Phuket Animal Welfare Society.
Oh.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work for charity.
We've done lots of charity.
Yeah, we've done a lot.
I did. I heard about your Muay Thai fight for Phuket. Has been good.
Horrible.
I might be doing that next year.
Really? In
Next
March?
year or this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing it again in March this year.
I was talking to Amy about it.
Oh,
Amy messaged
wonderful.
me, will you do it or not? And I'm,
Right. Well, if you're doing it, then I have to be involved somehow. But I'm not fighting. But I'm very happy to ring
you're
announce.
in my corner.
Oh, I'll be in your corner. Perfect. I'll be Mickey. He dies. Rocky 3, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Bugger.
Too late.
No, we've done. What have we done? I did Black Tie Muay Thai, which I think I spent more time arranging my walk-in to that event, as in my entrance to the actual ring than the actual fighting. We've done pause. I've DJ'd at pretty much every single Melbourne Cup and every single MC. Yeah, so we've both done a lot of charity work, but obviously not as much as you, Anna, and not what you do. You're like the Bill Gates of charity, because he's a big charity dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I actually did some research last night, and there's over like 1.2 million charities around the world. That was in 2010, so there must be a lot more now.
Yeah.
Bill Gates and Warren Buffett are the two biggest donators to. But I think that must be financially,
Right.
because I'm not sure that Warren Buffett is there at the hard end of stuff.
No, it's just there's a
You know.
Yeah, but you need both aspects of it, and
See,
you need
this is
people
why
like
she's
you
good.
guys as well.
Why?
It takes a village, you know. We need
To
the
raise an idiot.
donators. We need the people willing to put in the legwork and not get paid very much money, or in some cases, no money at all. And we need the people who want to contribute skills or participation in events. We need all of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
The thing for me, when you've got people, I totally support and appreciate people like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett saying there is $100 million, just go do, and not having any involvement other than there's a check, go spend it.
Well,
So,
I don't know. Can we
might
say
have-
that? We don't know.
Yeah, they might have involvement.
He does fly somewhere sometimes with his wife, doesn't he? And do
Yeah,
they do
Bill and
go
Melinda
give
Gates.
money to the.
And that's all fine.
African
A
kids.
lot
I
of
don't mind whether
malaria
they get
relief.
There
I
you
don't
go.
mind if they get involved or not. That's not the point. I'm quite happy with them just to say there's the money, go do. That's great. The other end of the scale is they've got the money to be able to do that. I've got billions in the bank. I can send 5 million, 100 million here. It doesn't affect me in the fucking slightest.
Do they get a tax break?
Again, take that aside. The other end of the scale is where does most of the
Doesn't
marketing...
aside, isn't he the Syrian dictator?
That's aside. Where does
right.
most of the money, or most
Is that
of the
your favourite
targeting
regime?
money, yeah, actually, that's a good one. Most of the targeting for any charity comes at the lower end, targeting people like us to say, can you give £1 or $1 a week, a month, whatever it is, to try and raise funds that way. What I would like to know is what's the split? So, Gates and Buffett we know about because it's very prominent that they give a lot of money to charity. But
Charity. Stop saying charity.
charity, but they have the money. So how big were they in donating to charity and supporting charities way at the beginning before Microsoft went boom?
Well, who knows what he did at university? He might have, raised some money at university, went and sold some Girl Scout cookies. I don't know.
Girl Scouts?
Might have done. What's your feeling about people that do running marathons or running or cycling? We'll leave the cycling one off because I know that. What's your feelings about?
What's wrong with cycling?
No, because there is the bike. There's a bike for kids, which is different from
Ride
what I'm
for
about.
kids.
Ride for kids. What's your feelings on our mate that's going to do the London Marathon and just people want to sponsor him for running the London Marathon?
What do you mean? What are my thoughts?
Well, do you think should you people give money to people that want to run for marathon? I don't want to give someone $10 dollars to go and run a marathon. So if you want to run a marathon, go and run a
I
marathon.
think what
Don't
it
do
is
for charity.
people. It is so difficult to get people to give money. Whether they're rich or middle class, it is really hard to get people to give money. And people don't like to just hand over money.
Yeah.
They want
wanna
it to
get
be
something-
about
I want
something.
those things happening.
So I think that's where the sponsorship comes
Yeah.
in. Is they just want even though the money's going in the same place as if they just handed it over, they just feel maybe a bit more involvement.
Yeah.
See, I don't give money to charity.
Good.
Right, and that's not making, but I do stuff for charity. I would
Right,
rather do stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a tightwad. I hate spending money on anything, and I don't have much money, so I would rather do stuff. That's why I think we've MC'd and DJ'd and always done it free. So I always get frustrated, especially with some of the charity events, and this is coming from Jay. It's not mentioning anyone else's names. I don't like it when there's charity events when I know that some of the money is going to the people that are putting on the event. Now, that's not the charity, that's the...
Oh, the restaurant.
The restaurant
venue.
or the hotel, the venue, you know. When they're taking money and they're saying, oh, we'll just cover our costs. It's like, no, you're not covering your costs. You're taking money away. Surely if you're giving something for charity, it should be, I'm giving it for charity.
Sure, that's an ideal world, but we don't live in an ideal world.
Well,
People need to make money. There needs to be a mutual beneficial relationship. And so when we're organizing events with venues, like, of course, we want to think about how they benefit. You know, what marketing can we give them? If we're getting money off of ticket sales, can they get money from beverage sales? You know, we always try to think about how they
So there's a win-win
can
for
benefit.
both. So what you're trying to put together is making sure that everyone wins. So the charity wins, the venue wins, the people participating win.
Yeah.
So that means the next charity event, I'm putting my fees up.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I've stopped DJing now, and I don't get asked them. Do you still get asked or not?
A couple of times, yeah.
I stopped being asked to do events.
Wonder why.
I can tell you why. Because my brain doesn't think.
I mean, I enjoy the MCing. I enjoy doing the role, so I don't care if we're getting paid. I mean, weddings is one thing. But
Do you enjoy doing the auctions?
Yes and no, but that ties into, okay, you've not been here for very long, but the whole, the concept of fundraising events in Phuket has changed over the last 15 years. Like back in the day when I was in and we were doing like the Ascot night. So we did a Royal Ascot event, so everyone sort of came dressed in. Do you know Ladies' Day at Ascot, when everyone sort of dresses up all glitz and glam?
Like the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
I'll translate for you.
Thank you. Yeah, Ladies' Day, all glitz and all glam. I had 2 racehorses in a small little paddock at the front. We had big screens. We had some horse racing, gambling going on. It was mental. And back in those days, it was a case of there was our event for Paws. There was not Phuket's Music, it was International Women's Club. There was the Life Home Foundation. There were 3 or 4 big events that people would go to, and they would spend big money on hotel stays.
No, you're right. There was it was like It was like, I'm a wrestling fan, so it was like the big 4 of charity events. You had the WrestleMania, you had Royal Rumble, you had SummerSlam, and you had Survivor Series.
Which is exactly what you were thinking. Just nod your head.
So they were the big. So you only had 4 massive charity events a year in Phuket, and now
It's like every month, every week.
Well, yes and no. It went through a phase when it really was every 2 or 3 weeks. Summer charity event was, and it was always the same thing: 2,500 baht, buffet, half lot line, whatever it was, all included.
Right.
And you're asking the same people on a small island for the same money.
We have heard that complaint before.
Hotels,
yeah.
And it just gets saturated.
But here's the thing. From the charity perspective, we have businesses constantly coming to it, not constantly, but coming to us wanting to throw an event for us because they get publicity, they get an audience, and maybe because they're charitable. So we're always getting these offers to have fundraising events. And because we are charity and we don't...
You can't afford to say no.
We cannot afford to say no. So...
listen, we are probably gone too far
Okay.
for everything. And thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's good to get your perspective, and I'm glad that it was kind of a discussion like this rather than just what do you do and where do you work and all that kind of stuff. So, don't worry, we will make sure that...
And not only are you our first guest,
yes,
probably...
The best one.
Well, obviously, it goes without saying, but certainly the first armed guest.
Armed?
Armed.
What does that mean?
Carries a gun. I'll translate.
Oh, armed.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you say? Armed.
Armed.
Russell has a strange... Russell doesn't know... He was kind of born in Hong Kong, grew up in Singapore. Apparently born in England, loosely. Grew up in Hong Kong, Singapore, and then went back to England for a bit. He's all over the shop. Yeah. You think I'm messed up?
Hey, I spent 2 years in Texas. I mean...
Exactly.
That's what did it. That's
2 things that come from Texas.
What are they?
Queers and Steers. Full Metal Jacket. Great, you've not seen it?
No.
Oh,
What is your
come
major
on.
malfunction, numbnuts?
You've got to go. That is a great line from that movie.
Oh.
No?
Wasted.
Okay.
have to
Steve
go watch
Austin. Steve Austin comes from Texas.
He does indeed.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson?
Yeah.
Oh, let's have a look.
Well, does he actually? I don't know. Might be Tennessee. I feel
don't-
like it's Texas.
Okay.
I want to say
Oh,
Texas.
if anyone
Undertaker.
from Texas,
Shawn Michaels, Texas.
Matthew McConaughey.
Sandra
Does
Bullock.
he?
Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey, Sandra Bullock. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock lived in Austin for a while, but she has since moved.
She had a house on
Lake Travis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Austin's a really
Texas.
cool city.
Never been to Texas.
Have you been to San Marcos?
Oh,
Yes.
Carry on,
In
you
San
two.
Marcos.
Have you floated the river?
No.
Oh, you have to float the river.
Gotta float the river.
You get inner tubes, you get a speaker, you get a cooler of
Oh,
beer.
it's like
and
a
for
spring,
hours,
spring,
yeah.
summer, spring break type thing.
Not
No, just
really.
a-
Like you can, like families do it on a Sunday. You know, it can be relaxed, or you can get a big group of friends and
Sounds
make it
good.
a party.
Sounds good. We should plan that for the
Let's
next.
go to Texas.
Done.
Right, on that note,
Next
we're going to
podcast in
Texas.
Texas. Done.
Anna Rose,
Thank
you
you.
very much. Russell, Distance Russell, thank you very much.
Still sitting down.
I know, she's still here. I'm surprised. I thought she would have gone a long time ago.
He said she rose.
Oh, sorry, he was making a joke about that.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
Oh,
On that note.
thank you, bye-bye.